Good Friday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So there is more information on the Tekashi69 situation. Some people were reporting that he had been released from jail. We know that he was taken into custody Sunday night and arrested on racketeering and RICO crimes. Okay, so since then, it was also reported earlier that he had been placed in general population in jail. I never believed that he was in general population because he would be dead already. And the FBI doesn't want him dead. They don't want him harmed in any way, in my opinion, because like I said in my first conspiracy theory video, I believe that he has been an informant since 2000. I'm sorry, since a year and a half ago, when he touched ground back in the United States, and I'm thinking that he became an informant because of something that happened in the UK. I don't know. You know what I mean? But this is my conspiracy theory. Like I said, all this is alleged, right? So anyway, more information has surfaced. They said that we know that he was released, you know, uh, they arrested. I'm sorry, guys, and they said he was put in the general population. I don't believe that, but now, last night, people are reporting that he was released from prison, and actually, those reports are incorrect. He wasn't released from prison or jail. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm saying prison. He wasn't released from jail. He was simply moved to a more secure facility. I think that they are now fearing that he is going to be hurt. He's been moved to a more secure federal jail or prison or whatever you call it. And the place that he's been moved to, this facility, they say, holds people that are willing to basically snitch on whoever it is that they're snitching on in order to get out of trouble. I don't think that of course he's gonna be snitching. We know this. This is obvious because he don't want to go to jail, right? But my issue is, I think that he was moved because he was an informant in the first place, and I think that the FBI, Homeland Security, and the NYPD and his lawyer and Tekashi, they're all spinning narratives. Okay, because like, just to review, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but you should really go back and listen to his Friday Breakfast Club interview. And that interview, in my opinion, is why he started spinning narratives. Now, this is also my conspiracy theory. It's alleged. I think that Tekashi started to get scared. He started to make certain information public. I think that the FBI, Homeland Security, or whoever feared that he was releasing too much information, possibly tipping off, the nine Trey gangsters, the organization, the syndicate. I think that when he talked so much on that interview, because we know he always talks too much, right? He talked so much on that interview, they feared that the FBI, feared that basically they would start watching their own back. The gang members would start covering their butt and watching their backs a little bit more, because the FBI, if you think about it, is the only one reporting that the reason why they had to go on and make arrests is because they feared that Tekashi would be killed. It said that they heard via wiretap that the gang members were planning to, basically, double violate him. But the FBI is the only one saying that. And I believe that the FBI is spinning narratives. They're spinning narratives to steer people away from the fact that he's been an informant for Homeland Security since he came back to the States, which was a year and a half ago. And also the reason why I say that is because it was also an interview done. Well, first of all, let me say that his lawyer is now speaking out, saying that he was never a gang member. He was never affiliated. He was simply hanging around with these guys, to put on a persona, basically clout chasing. Do you see what I'm saying? Repping himself with the Bloods, so that to better his persona as some, horrible, dangerous, blood gang member, when he's really not that at all. But we know he's really not that at all. You just see what I'm saying? A lot of rappers clout chase, and want to make everybody think that they're really about that life, when we know that they are schoolboys and they're really not about that life anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? So the FBI, like I said, is spinning narratives, as well as his lawyer and Tekashi. I think that they had to have a game plan after that Breakfast Club interview, because what he was doing was tipping the Nine Trey organization off that the FBI was on them. Because if you can remember in that interview, if you listen to it, he said that the only person he feared was God and the FBI. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know if he was intentionally tipping them off, or if he was, getting more afraid of the situation, and he had to do something to push the FBI into, getting him out of the situation that I believe they put him into in the first place. Okay, and the reason why I say they put him in that situation in the first place as an informant, because the FBI, it's been we know that they said that the FBI, Homeland Security, have been investigating this organization. The Nine Trey Gangsters have been investigating their organization for 5 years. Well, it's come to light that the bulk of the information that they now have obtained on the Nine Trey Bloods, the bulk of that information they've gotten within a year. Now remember, Tekashi's only been on the scene for a year and a half. So if they've been investigating him for 5 years, and the bulk of the information, they've gained that information and knowledge within a year, that's telling me, yes, he's an informant. He's snitching. And also the reason why I'm saying, to further my evidence of my conspiracy theory that he has in fact been snitching, I'm saying that because it's also been said that Tekashi, he's always on social media, always on Instagram all the time, right? They say that he is known for taping criminal activity within the Bloods organization. Somebody said that he taped a robbery that was in progress. They say he taped a sexual assault being perpetrated by these Blood gang members, and they say that he would tape these crimes, send the tapes to somebody else, and somebody else will put that information online. So I'm thinking, well, who could he be sending this information to and they put it online? See, in my opinion, this is the FBI spinning narratives. This is Tekashi trying to watch it, trying to cover himself. You know what I mean? Now, he had to get his hands dirty, if he wanted to be continue to be affiliated with these people. And he had to be continue to be affiliated with these people because he's an informant. Okay, they sent him to these people in order to do these things, but he had to get his hands dirty in the midst of being affiliated with these gang members. You can't be affiliated with gang members and not get your hands dirty, because it'll make them side-eye you. They won't trust you. They won't fool with you at all. You see? So he didn't have a choice but to get his hands dirty. That's why they know he had been charged with robbing a rival gang member. And also we know that he had been charged with weapons in his home, and he had been charged as being complicit in a shooting at the Barclays Center. This is him getting his hands dirty because he has to. Okay, this is just a photo that people got confused. They thought he was released because people start putting his photo out online. He wasn't released. He was simply moved to a more secure facility. And I think that he was sent to one of those facilities like for people that commit white-collar crimes. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I remember a while ago, some of you guys my age remember a long time ago, Martha Stewart got sent to prison for doing whatever shady stuff she was doing on the stock exchange and the stock market. He was they're sent to these club fed type prisons. Now I don't think he's at that type of facility yet, but I think that they had to move him away from where he was because his life was becoming more increasingly in danger. I don't think that he was ever in general population. I do think that he was segregated. I do think that they felt like people were going to try to get to him, even even though he was segregated, and they had to move him to a different type of facility, a more secure facility, so that his life wouldn't be in danger, because they need him to testify. They need him to turn federal evidence on the 9 Trey Bloods, because that is the goal. The goal has never been Tekashi69. The goal has always been, dismantling this crime syndicate that's not only selling drugs, and committing all kind of felonious crimes and assaults and murders. They're also doing this in the UK. And that's why Homeland Security is involved, and that's why I'm theorizing that all of this started in the UK. Tekashi got into something because we know he's a real messy troll, and they turned him into an informant in order for him not to be imprisoned for whatever it is that he done in the UK. And that's my conspiracy theory, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, guys, this is an article from TMZ that I want to read you guys real quick. It ties into the theory. It gives a lot of actual proof besides what I'm saying. Anyway, the article reads, it says from TMZ, Tekashi69 has been transferred to a federal facility that is regularly used to house witnesses who cooperate with the feds. TMZ has learned. Sources connected to the new detention center tell TMZ federal authorities facilitated the transfer Wednesday night. Our sources say 6ix9ine specifically asked to be in a unit away from Crips and Bloods. But you affiliated, but you don't want to be with your blood brothers? Okay, we know why you don't want to be with Crips, because you're going to get killed off the rip or beat up real bad, and they don't want him killed. They don't want him beat up real bad because he is so much of a public figure, a rap star. They can't let anything happen to him. So anyway, he said that he requested to be away from the Crips and the Bloods. Mr. Affiliated, Mr. Gang Member, Mr. Treyway Blood. But anyway, 69's attorney, Lex Lazaro, wouldn't comment on whether his client is trying to cut a deal in return for spilling the beans on others in the racketeering case. He would only tell TMZ the transfer was for security reasons. Quote unquote security reasons. Lazaro tells us 6ix9ine was getting threats from gang members at MDC. Tekashi, who was behind bars until Wednesday night at Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, where he was exposed to other inmates and general population, I don't believe that, is now in a unit with quote unquote neutral inmates. Translation, no gang members. All right. TMZ broke the story. Tekashi was arrested Sunday night for alleged racketeering. Authorities claim he was involved in conspiring to commit armed robberies, drug deals, and shootings. They believe 6ix9ine personally committed an armed robbery back in April, among other charges that spanned over the past 5 years. He's not involved with any crime that happened prior to a year and a half ago. Like, we know that, because we know that he came on the scene a year and a half ago. So I don't know where this 5 years comes from, but I have to look into that. But like I said, I truly believe that he got involved into some kind of criminal activity in the UK, which got Homeland Security involved. Okay, and also, and also on a side note, I'm sorry, people are at concerts now, at other people's concerts. Young people are chanting free 6ix9ine, free Tekashi, all this and all that. So some people are theorizing. I had a conversation with some of my nieces and nephews, because I didn't believe that, if he got out of this, because I don't think that he's going to do jail time. Like, I really don't, because like I said, I think he's an informant. If they do give him some time, it's simply a cover. That's the FBI spinning narratives. He won't be anywhere where where he'll be harmed. And if he does do time, I think he'll get out and try to resume his music career. I don't think that people that are truly in the rap culture will fool with him, but you have a lot of young people that are really silly, and they don't care if he's a snitch or not. You know what I mean? They will still want to hear his music. People were saying that his Nicki Minaj went on Instagram saying that his album release wasn't going to be. His album wasn't going to be released on a release date. I learned this morning that the Tekashi69, I think is Dummy Boy. That's the name of the album. It was in fact released. It's out now. So I don't know where she got that from. But that was misinformation. Maybe they said they weren't going to release it, then they changed their mind and released it anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Things are happening fast in this whole situation. Well, anyway, guys, I want to show you a picture of Mr. Tekashi before he turned himself into a troll to clout chase, to further perpetuate his boutedness in the gang, his rowdiness, you know, before he started to do all this right here. So anyway, this is Tekashi69 on his stoop, you know, when he got his blood bandana on, all this and all that. He got his 6ix9ine tattooed on his arms. It said that he has the number 69 tatted on his body 69 times. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, for him to be such a dangerous blood member, why is it that he's always surrounded by so much security? Now, I know they say he's surrounded by security. It really he has to be, because he talks so much stuff. He always telling you know, people to suck his you know what, all this and all that. So yeah, that stands the reason. But if you're really about that life, you won't be worried about all that, right? You'll be able to stand by your words. Anyway, this is a picture of Tekashi before he turned into Tekashi69, when he was Daniel Hernandez. Do you see what I'm saying? This is him in the before, and this is him after. But this is what he looked like before he turned into this troll right here in the after picture, this clout chaser, right? It said that he went to a all boys school, or all boys Catholic school or something like that. I found this picture online because this picture surfaced of Daniel Hernandez, a.k.a. Tekashi69. This picture surfaced back in January. When a picture surfaced, of course, the game, he pulled up the photo, and he was talking reckless about him, you know. And it says the game pulls up old photos of 6ix9ine going to all boys private school. All Urban Central is the number. That's something else. Anyway, here's another Instagram post concerning him going to a all-boys school. He does not look like Tekashi69. This is clearly Daniel Hernandez. Do you see what I'm saying? And it says that in this Instagram, a little bit of it says, this the bum y'all let call himself the king of New York. Frank White, the only king of New York. It says, this really the N-word running around talking about he been a blood his whole life. He's clearly not been a blood a whole life. Okay, he's clearly not been a blood his whole life. Okay, he decided to put on this persona. We all know this, to perpetrate a fraud. Okay, because he's clearly never been about that life. But anyway, woo, it is incredible the things that people will do for a little bit of fame, for a little bit of recognition. But my thing is, if he gets out of this crime, do you think that he will be able to resume his career? You know, I think that the record industry wants him to resume the career. And if he does get, you know, start making his records again and stuff, will be, in the light of all of this that he's done behind the scenes, is his life still in danger? I think it is. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think that at some point in time, somebody's going to try to touch him if he goes back, you know, doing these concerts at these venues and stuff, you know. So some people are saying that his career is over, but, you know, these young people today are so out of touch with reality that they would embrace him back. And like I said, they're already at concerts saying, Free Tekashi69. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that he's been an informant from the start, since a year and a half ago? Do you think that they moved him simply because they want him to snitch? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you think the FBI is spinning narratives? Do you see what I'm saying? Like I said, all of this is alleged. All of this is my conspiracy theory. Let me know what you guys think about my conspiracy theory in the comment section below. You guys have a nice weekend. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye. Peace.